We're back with more on the presidential elections and risks to your retirement. It's time to cover Mr. Biden's proposals and what it might mean for you. I'm Telton Hall, Certified Financial Planner at Advanced Financial Planning in Cedar City, Utah, where our team, we help upper middle class and affluent families accomplish their retirement goals. Thanks for joining us. We've really enjoyed doing this video series. We want to wrap it up today because we've been dedicated to helpful educational videos from interest rates to retirement, Social Security, and more. Now, as you followed us here, we've spent some time with the elections looming and the markets going crazy. There's just a lot of understandable concern around what happens to the investments leading up to and then following the election. We've talked already about some reasons that investment markets could be just fine, and we have spent a couple videos talking about the risks of a crash. If President Trump gets another term, from an investment market standpoint, we kind of know what to anticipate. Because remember, markets do not respond well to perceived higher levels of uncertainty. That's super important. We could be right or we could be wrong. It's really that perception. So the anticipation is that we know what we'll get with Trump, but we don't know what we'll get with Biden. So based on that thought process, let's tackle a couple of former Vice President Biden's proposals that have some investors really worried. We'll wrap up this series here. They really come in two flavors: increased taxes and increased regulation. We talked last video about capital gains tax rates. Another proposed tax rate increase is corporate profits. Those tax rates could be increased by another 7%, and they would apply a minimum required tax, and another one would be an increased payroll tax on higher earners. Let me give you just some really rough estimates here. This stuff is hard to dial in, but some ballpark numbers. Rough estimates put the dollar figures that raising the corporate rates, that number would be at about $1 trillion. And the increased payroll and the minimum large corporation tax would be another $1 trillion directed to the government over the next 10 years. A lot of variables in there, but at least gives us an idea. Taking a pure numbers approach, then these funds would not go to share owners, stockholders, mutual fund and ETF owners, or they would not be reinvested to increase the valuations of companies. So all those things would generally be good toward the market, but instead those funds would go to the federal government taxes. There obviously could be other benefits that offset those numbers, but from just from a pure math perspective, the estimate is that it would slow GDP about 1 to 1.5% per year. Probably 1.5 is more the number that comes out. So if you add on the proposed increased regulation, which could also cut into profits, just because by their nature, regulations, they increase the overhead and they cut into profits and business valuations. That's the nature of those. So if this ends up playing out, obviously there's a thought group that says this could actually be beneficial for the economy long term. That would be great, but taken at face value, then this combination might cause a longer term drag on the economy and on the markets. What is really important to understand is this: these potential long-term effects require a different planning approach and strategy than those strategies designed to address the potentially sudden and maybe even severe reaction to a change in the long-term capital gains rates. So you really have to consider both of these in your plan. Both are viable concerns and both need to be addressed soon as part of your secure retirement income plan. We look forward to hearing from you. We'd love to help you accomplish that. Thanks for joining us.
If this information has been helpful to you, check out our other Telton's Tips videos, or better yet, call our office. You can talk to an advanced financial planning team member like me. Imagine that, a real life human that cares about you and your goals. My name is Caden Keller. I work here as a financial advisor along with Telton and the rest of the team. Here, we take a team approach to caring for our clients because we all know 2 heads are better than 1. So give our office a call, and I or anyone else on the team would be happy to answer a quick question for you or schedule a complimentary retirement planning meeting. There's also a link provided if you would like to learn more about who we are at Advanced Financial Planning or what it is we do for our clients in planning for their retirement. Lastly, the schedule an appointment link will bring up our calendar, and you can choose a time for a complimentary on the phone or an in-person retirement planning meeting. Whichever option you choose, the only mistake is to do nothing and keep working and putting retirement preparation off until you die at your desk. I've seen it time and time again. No matter how good and specialized Telton and I are, when people wait too long to seriously consider their retirement options, they're significantly set back and can damage their retirement. So call, schedule, or click to learn more. You've got nothing to lose, and your future self in retirement has a whole lot to gain.